Okay. All right, my computer likes 720p, so we're just going to leave it at 720p. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of struggling to stream a little bit. I don't know what's up with that. So I'm not hitting as much CPU either, so that's good. So 720p it is. We'll leave it there. I don't know. I was having some technical difficulties. That was weird. Okay, so cool. We'll just be at 720p. I don't think people are going to care. So from here on out, expect 720p. My computer just cannot handle 1080p. Good luck. I have an older CPU, that's why. So 1080p it is. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to be. Takes up less amount of memory on my PC too, so that's good. Anyway, I want to address something that happened on my channel earlier today. I want to address it because it seems like people are confused of what my channel is. I'm a variety channel. You're not just getting wrestling stuff like this. And I'm not a podcast, by the way. I never claimed that I'm a podcast. Like a lot of my constituents talk about like they have podcasts. All they're doing is taking their video on YouTube and putting it up as audio. That's it. That's not a podcast. That's just converting something and calling it a podcast. That ain't a podcast. Okay? Podcast is doing something off the side separately and talking about different topics than what is on YouTube. And everybody could tell me different, but that's not a podcast. That's converting. Like, for instance, an example of XYZ did off the script and they moved it over to, it's just moving over audio. That's all it is. It's not a podcast. That's moving over audio to me. We could spin it and call it a podcast, but it's not a podcast. So that person that came on my channel and wrote a comment earlier, and I get comments like that all the time, and I am not to be honest with you guys, I am not, what's up, Josh? How you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well, homie. But I just wanted to say, like, that comment that I got written on my channel, I responded, and the guy gave me a troll answer. So if you guys are going to do that kind of stuff to the new people, you're not even going to have a cup of coffee and watch my streams, my videos on this very channel on YouTube, then I'm just going to, if you're not even going to take the time, when I took the time to write a nice comment and I was respectful, and I even said stay blessed, and I know some people get a little upset over those kind of, when you write that at the end of a comment, but I'm going to hide your comment. I'm going to hide you and ban you. Because I don't have time for that. I'm here to have time with the people that want to have a discussion with me and want to bring something to the table as far as form of discussion. You know what I mean? I have a lot of people here that want to have a discussion. Also in that comment, I didn't understand. Like, I'm not trying to be a podcast. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'll let that be for the pro wrestling channels out there. Like, you know, the ones that actually go the distance. I'm just here to review, talk with my audience, have some fun. You know what I mean? That's it. Anyway, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this video is sponsored by Poggers. Down below in the description, it is an energy drink company / sleep aid stuff and a bunch of other stuff. They do shakers and whatnot. So there's that. And let me do this real quick. So, let me brighten up the camera some so you guys could see my beautiful face. Sorry, guys. I've been breaking out a little bit because I've been sick. I really haven't done the facial stuff. And I usually go through and I have facial wash. And usually because I have skin condition, which is called acne / I suffer from like oily skin. So that's why I look like a teenager half of the time, but I'm not. Trust me. 33. I still break out like I am a teenager. It's weird. I've done all the medications and stuff, and I still break out. But anyway, beside the point. But anyway, Giulia is the next NXT champion. I hope so. I hope Roxanne Perez goes up to the main roster. I hope Trick Williams lose. You know, I want to see those two go up to the main roster at this point. They need to be on the main roster. Emmy Felly, the guy needs to run with the title at this point. Trick Williams has had a bunch of times with the title. It's time for him to lose. I see him losing. I see Roxanne Perez losing. And I see Cora Jade going up with her up to the main roster and having them be something. Where does Roxanne Perez go? in my opinion, mid-card start. Build her up properly, WWE. Do not have her come in and do what you're typically doing, is having somebody go up and win 2 matches and then automatically winning the title. Don't do that with Trick Williams. Do not have Trick Williams pull a Carmelo Hayes where he's stuck in that purgatory. You need to have him go right to the mid-card, have him win a belt with some storyline. Build him. You know, you got 2 prominent characters right there that can be built, and that's your future. Build them properly. Ethan Page. Where do they go with Ethan Page? Ethan Page, main roster. I see him on Raw going for IC belt. I could see them bringing Josh Alexander and having him win the tag team belts off of Axiom and Frazier. I could see that. I could see the North coming in. I can honestly see them. I thought tonight possibly they were going to pull the trigger and Penta was going to be there. I really thought that maybe the 5th guy that they were going to have for the men's Iron Survivor was going to be Penta. I really thought for a minute there they were going to do the surprise thing and Penta was going to show up. And I think Penta is NXT bound, I think, at this point. I think Penta should be in NXT at this point. Peacock movie this Thursday night. Can't wait for the Game Awards on Peacock. The Game Awards are on Peacock? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. On Peacock movie this Thursday night. I'm confused. Are you saying the Game Awards are going to be on Peacock? Because they're usually on YouTube. So if it's on Peacock, that's amazing. Good on Jeff Keighley, man. Jeff Keighley's making moves. I've met Jeff Keighley in the real at a game event. He's doesn't know everything about gaming, but is a smart mofo when it comes to business. So I will put it that way. Like, he's very, very smart when it comes to business. I sat with him for a moment and had a chat. And the picture's up on the wall over there. Fact, up on the wall. I've met that guy. For real, for real. Back in 2011, 2010, something like that. When I was doing, I did E3 multiple years and E for All a couple of years. And it was nice talking to him. He's a very smart mind. But anyway, getting back into talking about wrestling, because that's what you guys are here for, not me to talk about gaming and stuff. I'll save that for my game stream later on tonight when we play Indiana Jones or something like that. Or we may play Fortnite. I'm not 100% there. But getting back, like I said, Trick Williams, Roxanne Perez, like I said, 2 people. If this is it for them in NXT, I could see both of them debuting on the first episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. I could see that. Trick Williams, I could see him already having a feud with Braun Breaker. I can already see in that. Do I see Trick Williams winning the belt right off the rip? No. But I do see Trick Williams having some type of feud within Raw. I think he's a Raw guy. I think at this point, Roxanne Perez is definitely Raw. I think Raw is going to be the A show going forward once they hit Netflix. Yes, it's going to be family freaking friendly. I'm not happy about that, but I digress. But anyway, tonight, Giulia, with Tiffany, and I didn't understand that. Tiffany Stratton, what are we doing? Tiffany Stratton, it's Tiffy time. I have a Tiffany epiphany. They're making her look stupid. Once again, I like Tiffany Stratton. She should not be on NXT. And if this is what they're going to do with her, have her win in NXT, you just buried her personally. You made her look stupid, and then now you're burying her. What she should have been doing is beating Nia Jax for the title at this point. She should be your undisputed champion at this point. They've 3 times now, they've had opportunities to have her cash in and win. She should have pinned Liv Morgan. Didn't pin Liv Morgan. I didn't get that. Tiffany Stratton, you don't really have value for her. You have her as that, no offense, as that, I'm here, guys. Like in R-Truth, I'm comedic talent. I'm here. And it's like, no, you're better than this, WWE. Do better. Do better, please. That's all it's holy, please. But anyway, NXT, Rich Holland and Trick Williams. I'm happy to see Trick Williams go over here. He is just one of a kind talent, man. Rich Holland, it's not his time. I like Rich Holland. I like what they were doing leading up to it, the build. They built him into being a monster. I loved every second of it. But the problem is with Rich Holland, I don't think WWE has faith in him like that. There's reasons why they put him back down in NXT after hurting. He hurt Big E. He threw Big E. And he got hurt. It was an accidental throw out back in the ring there back a couple years ago. But again, Rich Holland's good shit. I just think Rich Holland needs more time in NXT. That's just the way I see about it. But I could see Rich Holland being put back on SmackDown. I could see that happening. Chase U, where do they go from there? Chase U, we didn't see any vignettes on Deadline for Chase U. What is Andre Chase going to do? What are they going to do personally after they break up? Are they going to make a new group out of Chase U? Maybe they rebrand, maybe they repackage, maybe they turn into heels. Who knows? We're going to find out about that. Tonight, honestly, pretty pleased. It had an ebb and flow tonight. I like the armory they picked in Minnesota. It's very legendary. I liked a lot of things about tonight Deadline, especially the either they kept us on our feet, and then, Axiom, dude, Axiom is entertaining, bro. Like, Axiom, give me more. I think Axiom should be out on his own. He's entertaining himself. I think he's a better version. My match of the night is the Iron Woman. My moment is Giulia winning. Now, I don't hate Shawn Michaels. Well, I was given. When Giulia came in through NXT, I knew she was going to be the one to take the belt off of. She was the golden bearer to begin with for NXT, so I'm happy to see them doing what they needed to do with that. So I agree with you there. I don't really dislike Shawn Michaels. I think Shawn Michaels, honestly, at times, I think sometimes he's my booker of the year when he wants to book. I think he's better than Triple H in a lot of places. But again, this is where I give Shawn Michaels his credit, but then there's times where Shawn Michaels, I just go, yeah, no. What are you doing, my dude? The one thing tonight I will go, what are we doing, my dude, is Tiffany Stratton. I think that was just stupid to me, personally. But, going over that, Tiffany Stratton comes out, tells Eva, I miss Money in the Bank. I'm going to be keeping an interest in this. New Year's Evil. I may cash in. You may see me. You may not. And again, like I said before, I don't think Tiffany Stratton should be in NXT. That's a downgrade, personally. Like, I'm not going to be mean or anything like that, but that's going to be a complete downgrade for her. But speaking of Giulia, I'm happy for her. I had Giulia as my pick. I had Giulia or Stephanie Vaquer being my pick to win it. I had, instead of Uma Feli coming in, I had Penta coming in on the men's side. Boy, I was wrong. I thought they maybe would bring Penta in as a solo project for a year while they're waiting for his brother and then do the tag team thing. I thought they would hand him a bag full of money. Like I said, they didn't. And Penta, like I said in my video, I had him for Deadline or 50-50, and I was wrong. So I really enjoyed, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, matches of the night that I enjoyed the most was the Underground match. I liked the storytelling with Jada Parker, and again, that Jada Parker's good shit. Jada Parker, if they want to push to the moon and back, I'm cool. Lola Vice, I'm cool with that too. Like, Lola Vice is good shit. The match had a beginning, middle, and end. They played off the brick, and look, at the end of the day, she went night-night, and I went, that's one of my matches of the night. I would say the second match of the night. I'm going to go, and I know some of you are going to say, well, I thought Rich Holland and Trick Williams blew the roof off. I thought. And my third match of the night, it could be number one, but I'm going to go more of the, because I like a nice underground match. thank you, Shane McMahon, for those kind of matches, because if it wasn't for Shane, there wouldn't be no underground shit in NXT or WWE in general. I would honestly tell you would be the tag team match. I thought Axiom is like, if you want to say an MVP of the night, Axiom is your MVP of the night. He should get the game ball. He is literally your guy. This guy should be pushed to the moon and back personally. He is very entertaining. Nathan Frazier is also very entertaining too to me. Like, if you want to split these guys up and give them solo runs, man, I can't tell you enough how impressed I am with both of those guys. Straight up, I am a fan. I was a fan of Axiom. I am more of a fan of Axiom now. He is very, very talented, and WWE, don't fuck this up. You got somebody that could easily be on speed, easily be champion somewhere. Easily. He could be United States, Intercontinental. You could throw him on the tag team side with Frazier for a minute. He is just so good. So good. Now, on the women's side of things, like I said, Jada Parker, I am sold. Lola Vice, I'm sold on. Those are your future. Giulia, another one that I would say. Zarya is another one. I would say Stephanie Vaquer. I think what I said to you guys prior with NXT, I think it's coming to fruition. I think Giulia will be your main event champion, which is fine by me. I'm cool with that. Roxanne Perez does not need the title anymore. She doesn't need the title anymore. But I think the way they're going to go is they're going to have Tiffany Stratton come in and cash in. And I'm going to sit back and go, Giulia's going to get fucked over. That's what they're doing. If that's what they're setting up for, then you're going to have Tiffany Stratton cash in. And this will be typical Shawn Michaels doing the whole bait and switch shit. And I don't like that. I have never liked that. And I hope it goes to the right person. Giulia came in. You've given her everything now at this point. She's won match after match. You've built stories with her. You've had Stephanie Vaquer and her tag team now. I would be very shocked if they don't have her win that belt at the beginning of next year. They have to. Going into this Netflix, era, they got to. There's no other way to me. And I honestly think if you want to let Giulia run with it for a while, cool. I'm cool with that. Then you have Stephanie Vaquer or Delta fight over that mid-card title. And then when you have faith in them, you have one of them go up and beat Giulia, and then Giulia goes to the main roster at that point. Because, look, if you look at the main roster and how it's designed, Bianca Belair is getting up there. Becky Lynch coming back is almost 40. Charlotte Flair is definitely 40. And these are people that have been injured bad. Like, is Charlotte Flair going to be what Charlotte Flair used to be when she comes back? Is she going to be 100% of Charlotte Flair? I don't think so. I think Charlotte Flair is going to be, I think she's going to lose a step. And I think, she'll probably change her moveset, but I don't think Charlotte Flair is going to be Charlotte Flair of old. I don't think we're going to get that. So that's where you bring in a Roxanne Perez. You start setting up for the future. And I get the understanding, I had somebody in my community talk about the ID program with NXT. And I'll be honest with you, I do see the vision a little bit, but I do see the monopoly that WWE is becoming when it comes to that stuff in the indie scene and stuff like that. So, those are my 3 matches of the night. I really was I like 2 women just beating the shit out of each other. Jada Parker is the future. Lola Vice looks like she's transcending up off the mid card to the upper card. We'll see what they do with that. The mid card's going to be very interesting in NXT going forward. I think it's going to be very, very interesting. Again, Javon Evans and Wes Lee, I thought that shit was fantastic. They're building, again, this is where I'll give WWE and Shawn Michaels their credit. They build stories for the future of things. So they're already giving you what's going to be on Tuesday. This is things that AEW should take notes on. So there's that. Sorry, my dogs are barking. Ethan Page, where does he go? He did a vignette or backstage, And he was literally not knowing where he's going to be, where he's going to go, what's the future with him. I think they bring in Josh Alexander. Why don't they from TNA and create the North, have them win the tag team belts? You can have them fly between both. You could bring the North back, or you could bring Josh Alexander and Ethan Page and him have a feud. You know, best for business. And that's how you would sprinkle in, that's how you would bring in Josh Alexander next year, if that's what you want to do. Jordan Grace. That's another one that, honestly, you bring in a New Year's Evil. You get, if she wants to be in WWE, you start with that. New Year's Evil is starting to look pretty fucking sweet if you go by what NXT's doing and whatnot. So, at the end of the day, it looks like Eddie Thorpe was hurt. They were kayfabing it a little bit, but Umu Feli, I'm cool with. Sorry, my dogs are barking. I apologize. Let me be right back on this real quick. Intermission. Yeah, we'll put an intermission on it. I apologize. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Like I said, Umufeli winning tonight was best for business. That's a guy that I would have him take the reins off of Trick Williams. I love Trick Williams, and I said it before. Trick Williams should hold on to the belt for a long, long time. But it's coming time. Him and Roxanne Perez have had many opportunities with the belt. They've been the face that's ran the place. It's time for them to lose. Umufeli's perfect for it. Umufeli, it's his time. And I love Umufeli. I think he would be perfect for the main roster, too. They need a big, strong guy. They need a big, tall, brute guy. They only have one on the main roster right now, and almost is, I think, on his way out. I think they're going to release him sooner than later. And if you guys didn't see, General Aziz looked really good in MLW. If you guys didn't see over the last week, one shot Eric Bischoff. Dude, MLW, man, it got a steal in General Aziz. Now, Commander or whatever his name is, now part of this badass group. I'll be watching MLW a little bit more. MLW looks good. And now with possibly Eric Bischoff coming in, it's going to look amazing. So I will be watching it a little bit more. And I like what they did with Eric Bischoff, so there's that. I can't cover all wrestling stuff. Like, I know there's Collision going on, and I know there's stuff. I'm going to skip out. Next week, we'll get back to a normal schedule somewhat. If not, I will be game streaming. So I want to make it very clear. I'm going to do my best to do the wrestling stuff, but game streaming is my bread and butter. So I have to be honest with a lot of you. I can't make any guarantees to this wrestling stuff like that. I got to get back into game streaming now with a new streaming platform out called Parties. I kind of want to get into the game of streaming a lot more. Now with more games coming out this Christmas and the holidays, I want to get back since I've been so sick. I want to get back to playing COD. I want to get back into playing Fortnite. I want to get back into doing the things that I was supposed to be doing before I got sick. And I missed out on the Eminem Snoop Dogg collaboration season pass, and I'm kind of kicking myself on that. So, yeah. And I want to get some of my story games beaten, and I want to get through some things. So, yeah, there's that. So, but yeah, as far as Deadline goes, this show was great. I enjoyed it. I would say, honestly, for a rating, I'm going to give this I'm honestly going to, it'll be the first 8 I give in a long time. So this will be an 8.0 for me. This was a B+. So I liked NXT. This show was everything I wanted, in my opinion. What's up, Dream? Hope you're doing well. We're doing a little bit of an NXT review before I get into game streaming for the night. And I know, Collision, I'm not watching it because there's nothing there to sink my teeth into, and I wanted to watch Deadline anyway. And Trick Williams looked really good tonight. I thought him and Rich Holland, man, complimented each other very well. Enjoyed the match. Giulia winning the Women's Iron Survivor. I'm cool with that. Now take the belt off of Roxanne Perez, and I'll be cool with that. As I said in my SmackDown review, I want to see Kevin Owens. I don't think he's going to win the belt off of Cody, but I would love to see it. Not going to happen. But I would like to see Kevin Owens be more of a main eventer sitting. They've wasted him. And I know he's got a handshake deal with WWE right now for a new contract. When he does sign that new contract, push this guy to the moon and back. They need to. He was a Triple H guy to begin with. They need to. The person I have taking the belt off of Cody at this moment of time, and I see him winning the Royal Rumble, is some of you are going to tell me, no, why would you say that? CM Punk. I'd be okay with CM Punk taking the belt off of Cody. I'm cool with that. I've said that. The reason why he has a favor in play, I see how that story would go. And I am pretty pleased with tonight's NXT. Feli was a surprise to me. Eddie Thorpe, supposedly, because what happened backstage on Tuesday, they're now putting that as a story. He gets fucked out of the Iron Survivor stuff. I'm cool with that. Feli, at first, I said, well, they're going to have a missing spot. I said Penta is going to show up. Like I said in my video, and boy, I was wrong. Femi, I butcher his name. I butcher his name hard, just like General Aziz, or whatever he's going by in MLW now. By the way, this week, let me be real with you. And I said it was subpar. I watched it again. I got MLW this week up at number 2. So Eric Bischoff's one shot, I have up at number 2 this week. Not because of Eric Bischoff. I was very impressed with MLW and how far they've become. I actually enjoyed some of the matches that they had going on. So I do give them number 2 this week. And then I did watch TNA. TNA, I'm kind of at number 4 with them. Monday Night Raw, I'm kind of at the bottom. And SmackDown is up above. Honestly, up above. I felt this week Dynamite was kind of at the bottom too. But I'd give NXT pay-per-view number 1 this week. Hands down. They had an ebb and flow, beginning, middle, and end. I do watch NXT every week. I'd honestly tell you, I kind of like the Chris Jericho and Matt Cardona stuff too. I'm a big Matt Cardona fan. I hope AEW does something with him. He deserves a big money contract somewhere. He's too good not to be. And I don't want to see him wasting his time on the indie scene until he's 45 and then somebody picks him up. Or he gets put in the Hall of Fame and it's like, what did he do to get there? I want to see Matt Cardona somewhere getting big money and getting a championship of some sort. He deserves it. Like, he's too good not to. Like, it's the same way I feel about Nick Nemeth in a way. By the way, if you guys didn't watch, I watched Ryan Nemeth. We watched the Ryan Nemeth video. I went into depth about Ryan Nemeth. What a clown that idiot is. What a clown next to Ray Phoenix. Both clowns. They want to talk about how it's inhumane. It's inhumane. I've been treated. Ray, you were talking shit backstage. You don't think your owner wasn't not seeing? Dumbass. Well, the thing is, that's why I didn't put Dynamite. I watched Dynamite. That's why I don't have Dynamite really score high with me this week. This week, I felt that they were kind of like it went. I would say, I'm going to be honest, I felt Raw, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I felt Raw was above Dynamite this week in my rankings. And then I would say Dynamite, then SmackDown. Or you could swap all 3 and you can go SmackDown, Dynamite, Raw. It kind of is a toss-up at the bottom of my list because, honestly, this week, MLW came out swinging this week. They brought in some names. Donovan Dijak looks fucking phenomenal. And I went MLW as number 2 just because I haven't seen MLW in a minute. And it looks like their show's getting better and they're stepping their game up. I didn't give it to TNA this week like I usually do because TNA to me was just okay. Yeah. That's why I didn't give I'm on the same page as you. It's like I just didn't really give AEW this week. Like, I'm not shitting on AEW. By the way, I want people, I'm not doing what everybody else is doing, shitting on AEW, wishing them death. No. I've been giving them low scores or decent for a while. They just been decent. They're going along with the motions. I think they're waiting to get that what is it called, simulcast and getting on Max. I think they're holding off and waiting, so they're just going along with the motions into their last pay-per-view of the year. I'm kind of more excited for Ring of Honor next week more than an AEW to personally. That's just my personal opinion. AEW's just going along with it, and they're just putting average shows up. That's all they're doing. The Continental Classic, like, it's lost its luster to me. It's not the same. It doesn't hit the same. It's nothing for my teeth to sink into. Like, yeah, I wish they would stop doing these tournaments and just have fucking Okada just defend his title every week or once in a while. You know, like, he hasn't been on TV. Supposedly he's been injured and all this shit. But, again, missed opportunities by AEW. That's why I put them at the bottom. Like, they're in the bottom 3. I would say this week, MLW really impressed me. Maybe it's just because I haven't seen it in a minute, but MLW being on YouTube and everything else, I was very surprised. Yeah, I totally get you there with the WWE stuff. I get that. I get you. That's why I'm happy what they're doing with NXT. Like, tonight, Shawn Michaels showed you why he could be considered Booker of the Year to a certain extent. I don't think everything Triple H has done has been great this year. I think there's been some miscues between him and Tony Khan. I think there's been a bunch of miscues on both sides. But like I said, I score Raw low every week because it's regurgitation shit. Now WWE has to step their game up because they just lost 5 wrestlers. They lost Bronson Reed possibly for 3 months. They're losing Tom Aloga. Loga. My bad, Loa, for a good year. And supposedly somebody had injured a toe, so they're going to be gone for a while. One of the Usos. So I agree with that. When it comes to Shawn, I agree with that. With Triple H. WWE's got to do better. You know, if they're going to do kid-friendly shit on Netflix, they got to really impress me with storylines going forward. If they're going to do this kid-friendly stuff and they're going to bow down to their sponsors, like they said during the Netflix, whatever they were doing, Netflix conference or whatever they were doing to show what's coming next to Netflix, then they really need to impress me with storylines going forward. And I hope they do. Honestly, I've said this for a minute, and I know people are going to disagree with me on this. I want Raw to go back to 3 hours. I gave 2 hours a chance. I told you guys I was going to give it a couple of months to impress me. It has not impressed me. I just feel that Triple H is better doing 3 hours than 2 hours. That's just my personal opinion. I feel 2 hours is not enough for Triple H, and that's why I kind of go his booking's kind of a little bit weird, because I think he's rushing everything for 2 hours to not go over those 2 hours. I think personally he should go back to 3. 3 would do him better than 2. I wasn't one of those people going, man, Raw needs to go to 2 hours and stay permanently. No, I said if 2 hours benefits them, sure, go down an hour. But it has not benefited them. It's made their show a little weird. Tonight, the only thing that I had a problem with throughout everything, the only problem I had with NXT Deadline was Tiffany Stratton. I had a major problem with her going, it's Epiphany time and all this stuff, and saying she was going to cash in. I'm like, no, do not cash in NXT. Do not pull what I think you're about to do. Don't do it. Have her cash in and at a main event. Have her cash in somewhere, but do not have her cash in on NXT champion and screw over Giulia. I would be, oh, dude, I will be so mad. Like that, I would be shaking my head and going, that's the most dumbest thing I've ever seen. You've wasted her. What was the point of bringing her up to the main roster if you're just going to have her cash in? Like, it makes no sense. if they did that. Now, where I do see Tiffany Stratton cashing in, I see her cashing in on the inaugural women's U.S. champion. I do. I see her fucking over Chelsea Green. I do. I really, really do. I just have this blundering feeling that Chelsea's going to be rewarded the belt and something's going to happen to her and she's going to lose it to Tiffany Stratton. And Tiffany Stratton's your inaugural U.S. champion. That's how I see things going on with that one. I just don't see. I'm going to be left baffled either way. But if you're going to do it, you should do it on main event and have her lose that way. Or against Michin. I know that's going to sound terrible of me to say that. But if you want to make that Money in the Bank kind of redeem itself, that's how you would want to do it. Now, the other thing is have her cash on Nia at some point. I don't think that's going to happen, or she'll fail, or just have her fail at this point. But tonight, seeing her on Deadline, I just went, please don't have her go down. You don't have any faith in this chick if you do this. Don't do this. Triple H, you're better than this. Don't put her on crappy NXT, right? You know, don't have her. I'm not trying to say NXT's crappy. What I'm trying to say is don't, she deserves better than that. Don't do that. Then if you do that and you have her lose in NXT, what does that say about her character? She's just going to be jobber. And that's disappointing at best. And they're already doing it. And right now, if you didn't see on social media, Shorty G's back. Everybody's calling Chad Gable Shorty G now. Now he's glorified looking like a jobber now. It got worse. Like, people are now starting to call him Shorty G again. It's so sad. But that's what you get for signing. You should have just been more patient. I get you. I completely understand that. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Like this week on my, I should have like an animation where I have where I feel everybody stacks up this week. This week I do give it to MLW, and I know people are gonna tell me, Rev, when did you become an ML? I've always watched MLW. Like I just don't have time in my life to cover every single show and every single thing. Like, for instance, there's GCW does a weekly show, or they do some weekly stuff here and there on YouTube. I just don't cover it because it's not enough time in the world. I know Joey Janela and somebody else has got GCW versus the People coming up on a pay-per-view. So it's really hard to go sit down because I have Triller. It's just hard to sit down and watch all these shows and keep an eye out on everything. I don't have enough time in my world. It's bad enough that game streaming is going to be taking up my life all next week, and I'm going to get back into the swing of like game streaming a lot, and you guys are going to see that a lot more from me, because I've been so sick and I've been, coming back off of health stuff, and now I'm 100% and feeling great, feeling fantastic, and trying to get back in the swing of things. Like you guys just saw me do different videos, about Mutahar next Taku, and you're seeing me talk about the NZXT issues. And yeah, you guys are seeing a lot more from me. You guys are going to see Adventure Time Lives with Rev, where I go work out and stuff like that. We go walk the trails and shit. So you guys are going to get different things and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I see that, but MLW's really been scoring lately. With they got Dijak, they've picked up General Aziz, Matt Riddle's been doing great things. Like I forgot Bobby Fish was in MLW. Like to be real with you, I forgot Bobby Fish was in MLW. So, and now Eric Bischoff possibly got a contract offer. He's bringing somebody in on MLW. I mean, sky's the limit for MLW if they want to utilize Bischoff. As long as Bischoff doesn't ruin the company or doesn't do something stupid, I'm cool with it. Yeah, see, I haven't really watched MLW in a minute to know that I'll have to get reintroduced into it. It's been a minute since I've watched. It's been a year or two since I've watched MLW. I stopped watching MLW because I just didn't have time to review it back then. I didn't have time. And same with NWA. Like, I had people coming to me going, review NWA. And I was like, I just don't have time like that. Like, it's a lot of wrestling during the week, man. I got to, like, game stream somewhere. I got to fit in family time somewhere. It's hard when you got to do back-to-back reviews. And it's hard. It's difficult. And so I get why a lot of the mainstream channels on YouTube only cover mainstream stuff. But I'm trying to be different. And I want to address something here on my very channel to a comment that I received. I am a variety channel, for crap's sakes. Okay? I'm a variety channel. I am not trying to be a wrestling podcasting show. Okay? I'm not that. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum with my audience, have fun talking wrestling. That's it. If I get somewhere and we everybody benefits. My mods to everybody here, we benefit. You know, I am not trying to be, if I get to the big shows, great. If I get to the events, great. If I don't, I'm still going to be here talking and kicking ass. That's it. All I wanted to ever do with this channel. I'm not here trying to compete with anybody. I'm trying to compete with myself and my mods and have a good time talking wrestling. We're almost at 700 subscribers, and I'm proud of that. Like, but I'm not here trying to compete with the JDs of the world. That's not my goal or my intent. I've been trying to stay in my lane, but if somebody brings up JD from New York or something of the range, yeah, I'll have an opinion for you, because my mods and my audience deserve an answer. You know, if you feel a certain way, I'll respond to it in a good way. But I don't wish any harm to any YouTube channels or anything out there, man. Hell no. I've been blocked by JD. Yeah, that video, that short down below in my channel, that's a joke piece. That's just me being funny, me being a troll. That's me just being satirically funny. Like, let's have all big laugh, Mr. Clownface, it's a joke. I could take that video down, that short down. I just did that because a lot of you all I did was say, hey man, not all wrestling shows are trash. How I got banned was I just said all shows are not trash when I was on X, because I got his post a lot and he goes around and he like spreads hate. And I just went around and I said, if you think that's bad, then you need to go look at some of these other shows that are doing bad things. Then come back and say AEW is trash. Come back and say those things. Not everything. And Vince McMahon and Tony Khan are not the same people. Stop that shit. That shit's just disgusting to me. Zilla Fatu? Yeah, but he's going to be put on NXT, though. He's part of the ID program, and rumor has it that he's going to be in NXT eventually. But I could see him in TNA, too. I could see him doing something in a partnership with TNA. I could see that. I really could. But I just wanted to clear that air with everybody, that to all the comments that I've received in the last couple of days. I've had to ban some people for the stupidity comments. Like, guys, I'm not just a wrestling channel. Like, guys, I talk other things because you guys are interested in other things. Like, I'm now starting to read about music stuff, and because a lot of you guys are interested in that. So, yeah, maybe I'll bring some music stuff to the forefront. I've been keeping my eyes out on the whole Drake thing because I have some of you guys that are interested in that. Maybe I'll do something during a game stream where we react to some of that. I'm just having fun. I go where you guys want to go. You guys steer the ship at times. I know it's my channel, but I like to, kind of appeal to some of you that like my channel and love who I am. And sometimes I like to give back. That's just me being nice. It's not like I'm here because of you guys. If there would be no Rev Sauce if it wasn't for you guys. Now, my uncle makes fun of my name, Rev Sauce. He doesn't get it. Review the sauce. Review. That's why the REV stands for, means review. And then the sauce part's because I'm Italian. And the number 9 is because of my sister's birthday. Or, yeah, November 9th. Miss my sister. I pay homage to that. I could have put Rev Sauce 714. And 714 is my area code where I come from. And I'm an Orange County kid from California. I love my Angels. I love who I am. Drink is lame. Will be always lame. He's an actor portraying a rapper. A lot of people think that. I only like one. Okay, I only like certain things from Drake. Okay, like I love Take Care, and I love what's the other one? One Dance. I like a few songs from. I'm not the biggest Drake person. Most of Drake's music I doesn't it doesn't resonate with me. It's kind of like Kanye West. I like Kanye West's old stuff when I was a kid, right? I don't like his new stuff. His new stuff is garbage. Like there's a couple of songs on the new era of Kanye that I like, but really outside of that, I'm not a big fan like that. I don't go jump up and down and go run to the nearest concert hall to go see him. You know what I mean? I just don't. It's the same how I feel about Lil Wayne. There's certain things about Lil Wayne I like in music, and there's certain music songs that I don't like. It's like Kendrick Lamar. Like a lot of people ask me, well, why are you not into Kendrick Lamar? Isn't he like he's Eminem's pick? And I'm like, I like Kendrick, but again, not everything he does is great. I like We Them Boys and I like Few to Things, but I'm not gonna go out of my way and power up in my car like new school rap. If I'm going to, I'm gonna pump up some Ice Cube and some Easy E or LL Cool J. Yeah, see, when it comes to music, see, like I don't like go deep. I don't go deep into music like that. Like for instance, everybody has their taste on Linkin Park, right? Everybody has a different taste with the new singer, right? Because I'm not trying to speak religious shit or anything like that. Because of her Scientologism and who she backed up, a lot of people freaking flame her for it. Which she's been on the record apologizing and is kind of trying to redeem herself. So I see both sides of that. I get why people are angry, and I get why people feel the way they feel, and I get that Linkin Park is going in a new age. So I understand with Kendrick Lamar, and I get a lot of what he's about, but not everything I like about him. Same with Linkin Park. Not everything I like about them. But I'm not gonna pound on my chest and go, oh, because Chester Bennington is not there anymore, I hate the damn thing. No, everybody's got to move on eventually. You know, take a look at how can I say that? How can I say this in a good way? It was like Genesis, right? Genesis moved on with Phil Collins, or um, if we're going death, look at what happened with Avenged Sevenfold and the Rev. Rev died. They picked up a new drummer, and they're kicking ass and chewing bubblegum. You know, everybody moves on eventually, and that's all I'm saying when it comes to my music. Like I listen to the music. Like guys, like I'll tell you this truthfully. I like guitar riffs. I'm an Eddie Van Halen guy. I or Eric Clapton. I'm more of a rock guy than a rap guy. I always will be. I will always tell you guys I can sit down and listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I can be happy with that. And see, like a lot of like for me, like I like when Linkin Park came back, I was just happy to see them back. You know, I think Mike Shinoda needed he can't do it on his own. He needs the Linkin Park brand to still be relevant. So it made sense when they all came back. Not everybody came back. Their drummer didn't come back, and their guitarist didn't come back. The original guitarist, he said he's still taking a hiatus, and taking time. So we'll see him back. The drummer probably not, but the guitarist I do definitely see back. The original guitarist, they got a new guitarist right now, and he's not that bad either. He's doing a great job filling in for the meantime. And I didn't even know at the Transformers end. I didn't even know the. Are we talking about the new animated film? Are we talking about the new anime, the one that's on Paramount Plus right now? It's been so long since I've watched a Transformers movie. The last time I watched one was with Matthew Wahlberg or Mark Wahlberg. Sorry, Mark Wahlberg. Sorry, no disrespect to Mark Wahlberg. Love Mark Wahlberg. Love Danny Wahlberg. You know, old school. You know, I'm an old school guy. Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block, Menudo. Okay. I'm showing my age now, okay? I'm old as dirt, okay? You know, I can still listen to Bye 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 and be happy with that. Anyway, tonight's show, guys, I'll be honest with you, was literally a B plus show. 8.0 across the board for me. I was happy. I was very pleased. I wasn't mad, and I was very pleased. Oh, okay. Well, Lincoln Park. So fun fact, just to tell you guys. I know I'm off topic, but Lincoln Park, Hyper Theory when it came out, and I bought it day one. I have the record in my cabinet. Um, with all my, it's still wrapped. I keep those stuff like first editions. I always buy two of the same thing. So when I was a kid, I always bought. So I have it on vinyl. I have Hyper Theory on vinyl and Meteora on vinyl. I'm a big Linkin Park fan. I will always miss Chester Bennington. I will always go back. When I BMX bike or when I'm biking, out in the woods, or I'm doing something with my bike, Linkin Park's the place to be for me when it comes to those things. Because I grew up with Dave Mirra, I grew up with Tony Hawk, I grew up with Shaun White, and that was the music to listen to. Them, Papa Roach, Smashing Pumpkins, Limp Bizkit, Queens of the Stone Age. I could just go on. Food Fighters, minus Dave Grohl being a piece of shit right now, but still love Food Fighters. Nirvana, System Up and Down. I know not everybody likes System Up and Down because they're controversial. But I could sit Rage Against the Machine. Love me Rage Against the Machine. When I'm pissed off at the world, I could put on my hi-fi earphones all day long and listen to some Rage, and it makes me feel happy in the world. Because they get my vision on how I feel at times. So, Pink Floyd, Def Leppard, you name it. Like I'm always listening to something. So I like all music. It's not one music I don't like. I can go from listening to that kind of music to listening to Reba McEntire, Taylor Swift, and then I can go from that to Johnny Cash, Jennings, George Strait, you name it. Let's see here. What we got going on here? Okay. I've seen her before. She was on the Breakfast Club. Okay. I have seen her and she's also been on some shows too that I've seen too. So, she's guest starred on some shows. Yeah, yeah, she's been on some stuff on NBC that I have seen and some of the CBS stuff as a guest appearance and things like that. So I know who she is. She's kind of in the how can I say this in the way? She's kind of like Ice Spice. Yes, guys, I do listen to Ice Spice. Yes, I listen to some new rap at time of time. I do. I'm not the biggest fan of Ice Spice, but her music's not that bad. Same, I kind of put it in the same vein as Carly B and who's the other one? Nicki Minaj and music like that. I kind of put all their music all into that category. It's not bad. It's just not my thing. But if I was showering or I want to get in that workout vibe, yeah, their music is there. That hits. I'll give them that. I don't hate any music out there, by the way. Just to let you guys know, I don't hate any music. If you think I do, I really kind of don't. I give all music a chance. You know what I mean? Even the underground shit, I give it a chance. I even listen to banjos. Go crazy. I listen to banjos, EDM, anime music. I give it all of a chance. Like, you guys probably didn't know about me. I like the band. I like a couple Japanese bands. I like Bandmade. I like there's a few. Oh my god, Baby Metal. I like a few. There's a spin-off of Baby Metal that's happening in the works. I like 21. I'm a big fan of K-pop. I like K-pop too. But you guys just most of the music that I listen to, what I go to since I've been a kid is like Dave Matthews Band, Hootie and the Blowfish, um, Toads and the Wet Sprockets, the Verb Pipe, Ben's Folds 5, 90s music. I'm really a big fan of Pearl Jam. Like, Pearl Jam's my jam. Like, if you guys want to know me, when I'm listening into my car is Pearl Jam. I'm sitting and listening to Jeremy. I'm listening to Alive. And I got, my friend goes, does it get old listening to those songs? I'm like, no, because Pearl Jam just hits. Crazy Mary is like one of my favorite songs ever to be done, story writing wise. I'm a big fan of the Who. Like, give me Roger Daltrey and all day long, and I'm cool with that. Like, Pete Townsend's, you've got me. Like, seriously, I'm a big fan of the Beatles, as you guys see on my wall. Big fan. Her last project dropped. Well, to be honest with you, she also did something like she does little collaborations with like Zia. If you guys don't know who Zia is pretty well known in the world of things. Anything in the wrestling news? Let's go real quickly before I get out of here. Any wrestling news to cover? Winter is coming. International finals. We got Jamie Hayter and Willow Nightingale. I'll be watching that. That seems to be interesting. Let's see. AEW provides a status update on Roosh and the Listico. Okay, so they're dealing with family matters. Okay. So they're dealing with real life family matters. Let's see here. What do we got? We got an update on. Okay. Ray Phoenix. I'm staying. Get this. Ray Phoenix. Here it is for you. You want an update? Here it is for all of you beautiful people. Ray Phoenix. No one stays in one place where they're received inhumane treatment. Oh man. I'll keep it short with you guys. That guy is a clown. Let's just be real here. I'll leave it as that. He's a fucking clown. Pardon my language. He's a clown. He's an asshat. Inhumane. What was inhumane? You talking shit in the back of the roster? Good lord. Good lord. Good lord. And where'd that get you? That got you a year on the bench. Sorry. Not sorry. But that's in the news so far, and that's the only shit I see on the news. Meso Tanka versus Joey Janela was announced. Okay, yeah, I saw that on Twitter or X. I still am on X because that's where most of my sponsors are. Matt Cardona, they better sign to AEW. They've had him too much on television. DIY wins the tag team titles. I was happy about that. If you guys didn't hear in my full wrestling review, or quick review of SmackDown, I was really happy about that. Jesse Ventura being confirmed for main event. I'm cool with that. Love me some Jesse. So I'm cool with that. Well, Dream, to be honest with you, the Ray Phoenix stuff has all been documented on Twitter, on X. He's just been talking on X, and he said in dual time he's gonna talk about why the AEW stuff and things happen with him. I'm not here to discuss about it. I'm just here just saying I find it to be really stupid. The reason I haven't even touched it outside of streams. I really haven't touched it. I'm good. I hope not. I hope Hulk Hogan doesn't show up for a main event. I hope not. But to be honest with you guys, when it comes to Ray Phoenix, I really haven't discussed. I haven't really made a video on that. Well, I think I did, and I called him stupid. But really, outside of that, I really haven't gone into depth about his shit. Because most of it is he was talking shit about the organization with being in the organization. You don't shit where you eat. I've said it all along. You just don't shit where you eat. I've kind of compared it to LeBron James. You don't see LeBron James or Patrick Mahomes talking shit about their product or talking crap about their products and all that. You don't. Because why? Because they'll get fined and put on the bench or heavily suspended. That's just the truth with that one. That's just my personal opinion. I think his brother did the right thing. I think his brother went quiet, and that's what they should have done. If he would have just stayed quiet, he would be in WWE right now. We wouldn't be having these conversations. Period. Point blank. And the thing about Ryan Nemeth is a lot of you have told me, I mean, a lot of the consensus I've gotten out of it is Ryan Nemeth is just is a clown. He was a glorified jobber to begin with in AEW. He didn't really move the needle. They tried with Peter Avalon and him, and it didn't really work out. I remember watching those moments, and again, he shouldn't have been on Twitter running his mouth like Max Caster when the whole brawl out situation happened. CM Punk wouldn't want to choke him out. And again, I don't even know why we're talking about CM Punk to begin with going forward. I just don't understand that. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. It's time to get to some streaming. Ryan Nemeth is soft, man. He claims CM Punk to be... Well, Ryan Nemeth took... Like, nobody's talking about this, but Ryan fucking Nemeth took shots at CM Punk after Brawl Out. So you don't think CM Punk's not looking at social media? Come on now. You don't think freaking Tony Khan's not reading social media after the shit he was spewing? I remember the day after Ryan Nemeth, oh yeah, I'm with the elite for her. And then you don't think freaking Punk doesn't want to choke you the fuck out? Like, come on now. Come on. And then Ryan didn't do much. Like, he didn't do much for AEW or Ring of Honor. Let's just be real. Like, him and Peter Avalon sucked. They didn't deserve, like, I thought Peter Avalon was better, but honestly, Ryan Nemeth didn't really go nowhere. His brother's way better than him. And I feel bad for his brother because now his brother's coming out with comments. And I would be telling my brother, shut the hell up, man. What are you doing? And if he was going to sue, let's just be real. He should have sued while he was in AEW. If he felt that way. Come on, the guy is completely soft. All right, buddy. Have fun at church tomorrow and enjoy the football. I know church, and then there's football, and then there's college football games. So have a great day at church. Be safe out there. I know if wherever you're at in the world of things, hopefully you're safe. The snow's not bad. Shout out to all my friends across the globe, across the world, across the United States with all the snow. Please be safe. And I'll keep you in my thoughts because the snow has been fucking gnarly as hell. So Nathan Frazier and Axiom accidentally hit each other. Argue that point is just... Well, my friend, that's what they've been doing. It's called story. They've done that in every tag team match they've ever done. Well, it's pretty much story. That's what they set up for. That's what I like about it. It's great, and they get wins. I'm royally entertaining. It's royally entertaining to me when they argue. It's great. I like Nathan Frazier. I also like Axiom. I think Axiom is one of a kind. I think, honestly, if they wanted to push Axiom to the a title, they could. He's really good. I like Axiom. I think Axiom, if he puts a little bit more muscle on, and I think he would be great for main event stuff. Really, I do. I think if they wanted to take the belts off of them at New Year's Evil and have Axiom and him go at each other and then bring up Axiom to the main roster, I think it would be great. I could see Axiom immediately in the mid-card scene immediately. Axiom's too good. Axiom's very entertaining. I just think I also like Nathan Frazier. But they're going to need to bring up a lot of NXT talent because with all the injuries that happened recently from War Games, they're going to have to bring up some people to fill those spots in for a minute. While Talaloa and a bunch of them get, the surgeries and things, they're going to be gone for like a month or a minute. Bronson Reed gone for almost 3 months. Anyway, my name is Rev Sauce. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get to game streaming. If you guys want to continue this conversation, I will be game streaming on Twitch, Kick, Trovo, YouTube, parties, whatever website I could find. I think SharePlay. I'm gonna be on that too. I multi-stream, so I'll see you guys. We're gonna be playing some of the new stuff that's coming. Like I think the new Indiana Jones game's out, so we'll be playing that. We'll be playing Fortnite. We're gonna be playing a variety of games. By the way, this channel is a variety channel. By the way, we just not talk wrestling. We don't just do wrestling reviews here. We do food, beverage, IRL, you name it. We're doing it. I gotta get back to working out because as you guys can see, I know nobody said it yet, but I kind of got a turkey neck going on because I've been so sick and not really been working out, and I kind of gained some weight. I know Bobby Hill's kind of gained some weight, and I need to kind of lose a little bit of weight. I was on the trend. I lost 15, and then I gained it back because I've been so sick and I didn't really want to move, and I become a couch potato. So got to do those things. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you guys shortly with a game stream. We'll be playing something on the Xbox, and I'll be back better than ever. All right. See you guys.